Good evening, everybody. Welcome to League of Extraordinary Inventors. I'm your host, Mike from Faraday Research. It is Free Energy Friday. Welcome to the show. It is Friday night, January 30th, 2026. Welcome to the show. I'd like to welcome our usual panel. We have at the bottom here, we got Miss Lulu, and up in the right corner, we have Mr. Philip from Montreal. And yeah, we're at the end of the month. It's kind of been a crazy month. We've had some really good guests in the last 30 days. Um, the weather has been hell in Toronto. We had 60 centimeters last Sunday. We got hit with a pretty brutal storm. Um, yeah, actually, one other thing I wanted to mention to everybody, live chat is open. And just to give you a little bit of statistics on the Faraday Research YouTube channel, I have reached 1,000 videos on my channel. So if you guys like what we're doing and you want to support the channel, you can become a member. We got 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel now. So I've kind of hit
Do we win a free show?
well, you're getting the free show right now. It's live. So, some more statistics since I've started the channel. I've got 467,000 views on the Faraday Research YouTube channel, so almost 500,000.
That's amazing.
So we're getting out there. Yeah, as far as like getting traffic, I'm getting in very interesting ways. I'm getting a lot of views or links to the show from LinkedIn and Facebook, of all places. So LinkedIn has actually got a higher percentage ratio of traffic coming to the site, which I didn't even know. I totally flabbergasted. I didn't even know I was even linked on that on LinkedIn. So obviously somebody is promoting us on LinkedIn. Maybe it's you, Lulu. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, anybody that I meet, I've been telling them about the show, and I find it for them on the the YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, watch it Friday night, 8 to 10. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
exactly. So yeah, like
You're
even if
like the Nexus. Oh,
yeah,
we
like
lost
even if
Mike.
you well, I was gonna say like even if you do miss a show, it's always posted on the Faraday Research YouTube channel, so you can go and view it. Lately, we've had some really good guests, like we've had Dr. Yu, actually three times now on our show. Those I put into the members section because like I'll do the show live for everybody. It's free all the time, but to kind of help and build the channel and help support the channel, you pay your $3.99 a month and you get access to all the members' videos. And I've got 1,000 videos for everybody to actually view. So I do have something to offer. You know what I mean? So
So when do you get your plaque? Your little
God,
that plaque,
oh, I'm far off from that. I'm so far off of mainstream YouTube.
Mm.
I have to start like doing cat videos, and then I'll probably get that. Something totally ridiculously stupid.
And we might have to levitate one, and then that way,
Yeah, like
get
either
views on
that
that.
or I got a chinchilla, so maybe I could start doing some chinchilla videos.
There you go.
And maybe I'll get to like 20 million views in one day.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, it's a hard life. What can I say? But yeah, you know what? Uh, yeah, we're just kind of like halfway through this killer winter. This year's been brutal. I can't wait till it's over. We still have 50 days left. Next month is Groundhog's Day here. So if that little bugger doesn't see a shadow or sees his shadow, I'm going to go personally up there and hunt that little bugger down. You know what I mean? Because I want this winter to end. I am not a winter person. I hurt in the winter.
I
I got a
agree with
friend.
you.
I got a friend. He likes to ski. So me, it's like when you ski, like the wind is making you It freezes you to death. When it's -20 and you go skiing, it goes down to -40 easily.
Like I was
Yeah.
talking with Lulu just before we went on about, because in the U.S. everybody goes by Fahrenheit, so
Mhm.
so my phone has it. So right now in Toronto, it is 9 Fahrenheit. So if anybody who's
It's a bit colder.
Is
I calculated it. It's 4 Fahrenheit.
is it four?
-20 is
Because my
4 Fahrenheit.
I don't know. Mine's saying 9 Fair. Oh, sorry, that's tomorrow. My
mm.
bad.
Isn't it like
So, but
you count
six
37 degrees
6 Fahrenheit.
backwards? It's like counting
Well,
30 backwards, then it becomes in
yeah,
Celsius or something like that.
yeah. So like right now outside is like a blast freezer. It's like -22 degrees Celsius.
Mm.
So your skin will get basically frozen within. They said 5 minutes of skin exposure, you could get frostbite
Wow, that's cold.
at that temperature. So yeah, it's
Hey,
dangerous. It's
hey,
deadly.
Yeah,
Lulu, I've got a question for you.
go for it.
Why is United States still using the imperial system?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
See, we go by kilometers an hour. You guys still go by miles per hour. That's so ghetto.
maybe we like to be unique. I don't know.
Even UK is using the metric system.
Yeah,
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's how to distinguish data that it's originated from the United States versus anywhere else in the world. I mean,
Yeah,
we're the
but
only one.
everybody's gone metric. Like at work, because it's so weird because we go by mostly metric here. So like in my car, it's kilometers an hour, and everything else is in metric. But at work, 90% of my work is all in imperial.
What do they use in England?
England metric,
they use
all
a
metric,
metric.
all
That's
metric.
funny.
Even the weight. I was talking to Dijon.
Mm.
Even the weight they measure in kilograms, not pounds.
Yeah.
I thought we would follow the like whatever England has because the country here originated as
Yeah, they did. They totally went. You guys went totally sideways.
I don't know. I don't know. We have to call like the what is it? The Statistics Bureau of
Yeah,
Data and Analysis and see,
like
why are we so? I don't know.
if you go to Europe right now,
Mm.
98% of the countries in Europe all go by metric system.
Yeah.
All of them. And you know what? As a machinist like myself, using metric system is actually a lot easier than the imperial system.
And why is that?
It's just easier to calculate stuff. You
Are
can
the
zero in. You can
Mhm.
zero in on targets a lot easier in millimeters than you can in an imperial system.
It's like the foot. You have 12 inches in the foot, something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, 12 inches in a
Yeah,
foot.
so
It's actually 2.5 centimeters is 1 inch in imperial. Centimeters is metric. So
And it's so hard.
for
Like your measuring
so
system's hard because we measure
not
it
really.
different.
It's no, because like if you start off at the basic unit, say centimeters, okay,
Mm.
so there's 10 millimeters per centimeter.
Mhm.
All right, so 2.5 centimeters equals one imperial inch, right? So
Mhm.
12 inches is 1 foot, and
Mhm.
so on and so on. It's how the denominations of the actual measurement are. In metric, you could start off with millimeters to centimeters, centimeters to inches, inches to, and so on.
So
Right?
where does it like start to unify? Like when we go into the like mac the what is it, the micro state, like the smallest, when do the units start
Micro,
to unify?
it
Well,
unifies at the singularity, Lulu. The singularity.
no,
Okay, like for example,
Bernie, we're talking about imperial versus metric. Why in Canada
Oh,
we use
okay. It unifies at minus 30 degrees or something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I am just
Yeah.
so mad. I want to kick the bus driver in the teeth. The bitch made me leave my Popeyes chicken at the station, and it was my last $20.
Where are
And
you going now?
my food is left at Popeyes, and this cunt's gonna pay one way or another. That's all I know. I'm sorry for my language. I am very mad and very hungry and on a bus.
Where are you headed now, anyways? Where are you headed, Bernie?
Oh, I'm so mad. So mad. All right. Sorry for derailing the conversation.
No, I was just asking where are you headed now? You're going back to Nathan's, or where are you headed?
I'm currently headed to Las Vegas, where I would have had $20, but I already lost it to my chicken. So it's no
So you're
longer.
not gonna be able to bet. You're not
Yeah,
gonna be able to bet your $20.
I bet on chicken and I lost that bet. Let me tell you. Yeah, no. And then Steve Ellswick, the owner of Tesla Tech, he's picking me up there. Steve lives straight outside of.
Okay, you're going to Steve's place. Okay. He had
Helping out
he had
Tesla Tech
Vernon
stuff.
Roth on. Yeah, Steve had Vernon Roth on Sunday night. He did.
Oh, I know. Last Sunday, Ed Roth on. And Roth was covering some pretty epic remote viewing stuff. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was good. I like to get him on again. He was really good. That was one of the good guests we had in the last month. Roth. Yeah.
I can arrange that for you, Mr. Mike Faraday.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Bernie, Mr. Connections. That's what we're going to call you, Connections.
Yeah, he's the.
My connections are going to get this bus driver in trouble for fucking up my chicken order. I'll tell you that.
Oh, Stephen, one of our viewers is saying, play the penny slots, Bernie. If you do it right, you can walk away with $200 in your pocket. There you go.
Yeah, my babushka, my grandma, she won actually 250,000 off a nickel machine in Reno one time. So it is doable. It is doable.
You know what? You might be.
Yeah, but they track. They know who's playing the machines. They track everybody. So usually you're lucky when you
They're going to
start.
give me the money, Phil. They're going to give me the money. They're going to be like, yeah, this is how we give Bernie his research money.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Actually, now that you think about it, if you go to Vegas now, all Canadians, our currency, they're going to give us at par with the US dollar.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah. From now
To I'm even more pissed. I paid double for my chicken that I didn't get to eat.
No. In Vegas, Vegas,
I could have waited one more stop. Fuck.
Bernie, hold on a sec. Hold on. Time out. Let me finish what I'm saying. From now to the August 31st of this year, when you go to Vegas to the casinos, they're going to give you at par with the US dollar.
I get what you're saying. I'm saying I effed up by ordering my chicken at the one town before Vegas that I didn't even get to eat, so I had to pay American currency, and I could have just waited to get to Vegas, and I would have paid Canadian currency for the same price and got to eat my Popeyes. Shit.
So who knows? Maybe
patience is a virtue, man.
Maybe you'll have shithouse luck and you'll play penny slots and you might win big. Who knows?
I'm gonna go put in all my loonies and toonies into the slots machines now.
Hey, and if they know you're Canadian, they're gonna give you free food.
Oh,
yeah. Walk around with your Canadian flag.
Yeah.
Vegas. I think I'm just gonna get off in Vegas. Maybe something to Vegas for a night. Just kidding. Just kidding.
So I guess
go to Hard Rock.
Oh, what?
Hard Rock. Where was it? At the Bellagio, the Hard Rock. I remember I've been there. We were drunk. I don't know. It's all you can drink there. All you can drink
Yeah,
at the Hard Rock
I'd be a cheap
Bellagio.
drunk. I'd have one beer and I'd be like passed out somewhere.
I love to see Philip drunk.
Hey, Philip's
That would
coming to
actually
San
be
Yeah,
Diego. I'm
amazing.
going to see Philip in San Diego in a week's time.
yeah. The next Saturday, right before the Super Bowl. Why don't you come over to Pacific Beach for the Super Bowl?
Oh,
Everybody's gonna be there.
as long as your Navy friends don't kidnap me, I'm game.
It's Friday. Relax.
You're the
Yeah.
one that's in Nevada, like, you know, the Nevada desert, the aliens, all
Yeah.
that
Hey,
stuff.
yeah, I'm in the Nevada desert. I could bury people and no one will ever know.
Yeah, not
you
bury
can get
people,
abducted.
like you know,
No,
like see the aliens. That's not.
yeah, no, Bernie's gonna get
I'm
abducted.
very morbid because I didn't get to eat my chicken and I had to pay extra for it. All right, I'm very, very morbid and pissed.
You'll live.
Yeah.
So before we
But
get too off the rails here, I guess Philip, do you want to start off with your? You have some stuff you said you wanted to share.
yeah, but just want to say, Bernie, yeah, get ready to come down to Pacific Beach. It's gonna you're not gonna. It's the center of the Earth, the universe. You know the
That's the
planets are
gravity well,
rotating again.
Phil. That's the gravity well. All right.
Yeah, the planets are rotating again around Pacific Beach, where I'm gonna be. So I'm telling you right now, it's the center of the world, man. You're not gonna be able to get out of there.
Look at that, what Victor said. He would take Bernie's mono.
You're gonna take my organs? No. You gotta fight me first in my cold, dead body.
Oh man.
Hey, I'm cold.
make
I
sure
might
make sure you
be in
eat
warm America,
before
but I
they
come
take
from
your organs.
Canadian coldness. It's still in my blood.
Oh man, that's funny.
uh,
So,
yeah.
Phil, stage is yours.
All right. So yeah, I just want to say that I did not get my cylindrical neodymium magnet yet because there was a storm in Mesquite, Texas, so the shipping got delayed. But I've got something pretty cool to share. Somebody in my finite theory group
Right.
on WhatsApp shared the video. She shared a video with me, and it's very interesting. So I'm not gonna show the whole video. I'm just gonna show screenshots of the video, and I'll explain it verbally because I can't.
And this,
I
what are
can't.
we going to be seeing here? So you can kind of give us,
Yeah.
just kind of give us a heads up what we're actually looking at here.
Can you see my screen?
Whatever it is, it looks pretty cool.
So you got
Yeah.
lasers. Is that lasers being deflected or something?
Yeah. These are lasers, and in the middle, it's a solenoid. Okay. And for the lasers, if you want to deflect, like and the two lasers are kind of reflected, and they at the intersection on the right, there's an interference pattern. Okay, you guys are familiar with that?
Yeah, kind of like the
But
double slit experiment, right? In a way.
yeah, similar to that. So when a magnetic field when a laser goes into a magnetic field, it's gonna change the phase of the laser, and you're gonna be able to detect the phase change with the interference pattern on the right. But in this case, the solenoid is infinitely long theoretically, so the magnetic field is just inside the solenoid here. You know, the white dots represents the magnetic field. So the magnetic field is contained within the solenoid. So there is no magnetic field outside the solenoid.
So it's like
But
contained.
yeah, it's contained. So right now the solenoid is off. But when we turn it on, there's the magnetic field that is still within the solenoid, but outside the solenoid, it's a magnetic potential. Okay, so there's no magnetic force, but there's a magnetic potential, and apparently that shifts the laser beam, and it it changes the interference pattern on the right. And people, they were not able to explain that for like half a century. They didn't know why the laser would be affected by no magnetic force. And but so it split the scientific community in two, and some people disagreed with that, and they said, "Oh, the solenoid is not infinitely long, so there's gonna be residues of the magnetic force." So they did not believe the results of the experiments was debated a lot. So they redid the experiment, but with a toroid. So you don't need an infinitely long toroid to contain the magnetic field. You just need some sort
Okay.
of donut, and the
Yeah.
magnetic field would be contained within the toroid. So
Yeah.
they use that, and and so here in the middle is a toroid this time, and the laser was still shifting. So there was still the interference would shift when they would turn on the power in the toroid in the middle. So magnetic force is contained, but there's still a magnetic potential. So uh, that's very interesting. So they have they have they have evidence that the magnetic potential, you don't need a magnetic force. So mathematically speaking, I forgot to show the mathematical proof, but when you have a energy potential, okay, a force is just the derivative of the energy potential. Um, but when you have a null force, it does not imply that you have a null energy potential automatically. You can have a non-law, non. If you integrate the force, basically, you're not necessarily gonna have a null energy potential. So it's pure mathematics, man. It represents purely mathematics. Some people don't like mathematics, but it's very simple, and it's basic calculus, and that's how I explain the phenomenon. The energy the energy potential is not null. The force is null. So it proves my theory at the same time. So
That's pretty
I
cool.
wish Dr. Yu was there. He would understand. But
Yeah.
it's something very interesting. You have a toroid, you have a magnetic field in it, and you're going to have no force, but a magnetic potential outside the toroid.
Yeah. Because by nature, a toroid basically contains that magnetic field. It doesn't allow it to really gravitate out. You'll have the null zone in the middle of the toroid.
Yeah,
It will radiate out to a certain distance, but as far as being able to expand on it on a lot bigger of a scale, can't do it with a toroid. It has to be like a bar, shaped type coil for it to radiate out significantly, further. So
yeah.
it's like
So
one action like could be affected at a different region, like or
yeah, so that's you call that non locality.
hmm,
That's how you call what you just said. If people thought that magnetic field were local, but they're not, you know,
hmm.
and
I just
that's
it like puts my
yeah,
mind at a doozy because it could be like a cascade of the
yeah, it
same
stirs
action
my
and it,
imagination as well.
yeah. Mm, very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
now
a
now I
kind of
want
a.
to buy one of those to
I've
room.
had, actually, I want to run this by you, Philip. You know how, okay, based on what Dr. Yu was saying last week, all right, if you take a coil, a wire with a core, and it's got a coil around it, and when you take a magnet or a bar magnet, and you go across that coil with the magnet, it induces a current, right? But it's being
Yeah,
induced by a magnetic field. So, in actual fact, and this is kind of a different way to look at it, I never actually looked at it like this before. When you take the bar magnet and you go across the coil with it, it induces a current. So, that means, in theory, the magnetic field is interacting with the energy around the coil that's already there. That means the energy is there. It's not being drawn into the system, it's interacting with the energy that's already there.
It's like the ambient energy. Like they're
Well,
yeah,
more energy be drawn into it, but
mm,
initially in the coil, when you have the coil and you run that bar magnet over it, the energy that's coming out of the coil now is already there. It's just because of the magnetic field crossing it that it creates a current. So there's the energy's already there. You
mhm.
know what I mean? Does that
yeah,
make any sense to you? So
yeah, yeah. It
it-
makes sense.
Yeah.
it's kind of a different way to look at it because you say, "Oh no, it's just magnetic induction, Faraday's law, da 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 da." But what I'm saying is the energy that flows through the coil when the magnet goes across, all the magnet's doing is inducing a current. So therefore, the energy is already there, right?
Okay.
A different way to look at it, a different
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah,
I don't know if that
yeah.
resonates.
The energy is.
It's already there. It's
y-
already at the coil.
Yeah, exactly.
Have
Yeah,
you just need a magnet to induce a current to cause that energy to go into movement. So, right when we're thinking that it's drawing in energy in order to create the current, no, the energy is already there. It's just how fast you move that magnet across the coil will determine how fast the energy that comes out of the coil,
Okay, I got it. I understand what you're saying now.
right?
Okay, so it exists in like let's say in a stationary field on its own, but when you bring the magnet, it gives it like
Right.
direction, of
Yes.
motion.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're thinking because if you go to school and the way they make it sound like is if the energy is being induced by, or sorry, actually created by the magnetic field. Well, no, the energy component's already there. It's
Mm-hmm.
what happens when the magnet passes the coil, which induces the current. So the energy now goes into movement, and that's when you get electrical flow
Mm-hmm.
around the wires. So, yeah, it's kind of how you're looking at it and how you explain it. You could get a totally different perspective on it. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, if every coil's already got the energy there, you have to have a force of some kind, whether magnetic force, to induce the movement of the energy, or what Dr. Yu referred to as the magnetic current around
Mm-hmm.
the coil.
yeah. You need the energy differential to create a force.
Well, it's a movement. It's a
Just
change. It's a change in
yeah,
time, how fast or how slow that magnetic field crosses the coil, right?
Hmm.
So,
yeah. The movement is gonna create a differential.
so if you have this goes back to another inventor, and I've actually built the device, and I actually have his device in my lab in the locker. It's the Gerard Morin device, where he's using the washing machine motor, and then you take I got a 24-volt DC motor, and I spin that. So the magnet is spinning in between. It's almost like a horseshoe type core with two coils on either side. When that magnet's spinning in between it, it's creating that induction, creating the current. Now, what's interesting about this device, Lulu, and you'll find this really interesting, while that device is running, it's pumping out AC, alternating current, right? Because it's going back and forth from coil to coil as it's spinning. I can take the voltage leads off it, and I can touch them with my hands and not get electrocuted. Why?
There's no current, or no,
No, there is current.
there's no voltage, right? Or is it? I don't know, voltage or amps. Which one's that
No,
gives you?
this is the conundrum that Gerard Morin was trying to figure out. He's calling it RF power. It's creating a frequency of a magnetic field on the
Mm.
coil, because I can take the two leads of that device while it's running at full blast. I can touch them and not get electrocuted. Why is this happening?
I
Interesting,
don't.
eh?
I don't know. Like,
It will light up
is it are you grounding that? Like, I don't know. Like,
with my hands, both
mm,
hands, one grabbing positive, one grabbing negative, and it's running. I don't get electrocuted. Why?
um,
That's really weird. I have the device actually. It's in the locker, and it works really good. It runs
it
off.
reminds me of that little device I bought, the one that like it only works unless I hold it. Like, it lights up. If I let it go, it does not. Like, I don't know, but
It's weird with the device. I like what Gerard Morin says it's an RF energy, so it's
radio
basically
frequency.
vibrating the electrons around the coils and creating the current. But the it still begs the question: why am I able to touch both leads while it's running and not get electrocuted? If somebody has the answer to that, please tell me, because I can't figure it out.
Well, the current is not going through your heart.
I don't get electrocuted. Technically, I should get electrocuted by this
Are you
device.
wearing anything
Yeah,
that
but the
is
current the current does the current is not flowing through your heart.
It's flowing through me because if I hook it directly up to a 120-volt light bulb, it lights right up.
uh
Interesting, eh? So I have that
You
device.
are you a god?
No, he showed it himself. He actually put
Are
it up
you
to his.
Lord Raiden?
Yeah, I have
Are you
callus
Lord
that
Raiden?
I've got like a 1 inch callus all the way around my fingers.
mm,
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of the interesting anomalies with that device. I can touch the high
okay,
voltage.
but when you let it go, can you like electrocute anybody, like static? Is there any like buildup in, no.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, the second I hook it up to a light bulb, it lights right up. 120-volt light bulb.
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know.
You
I don't know.
It's one
you
of the
don't feel your hands shaking a little bit?
Well, isn't it the kind of the same thing when birds stand on like electric like the
well
electric
they
wires? They don't.
yeah, because they're not grounded. Say
Okay.
you have that high voltage lead and they put 1 foot on the ground, yeah,
Mhm.
they're toast.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Are you wearing any like shoes that don't,
No, no,
that
just
okay.
socks. Yeah, socks.
Mm,
I could do it barefoot.
same
Yeah,
thing.
It does not hurt me one bit. It's really weird. I've never worked with a device before that actually does that. What actually, know what I'd like to try? I might actually do this when the weather gets better. I'm going to get that device running. I'm going to have a light bulb that it's actually running a light bulb. And then I'm going to shove that light bulb into a bucket of water. I'm
Okay.
serious.
I believe you. Yeah.
I think it would light up in the water.
Well, let's try it.
Just
Let's try it.
without current.
No, running full tilt, running that light bulb, and then just shove it right into a bucket of water. Now, I don't recommend anybody do this other than me. But there are guys out there that have done it where they're actually lighting up a light bulb in the water, incandescent light bulbs in the water. Now, what energy source can do that?
Magnetic field. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not.
No, I know LEDs will do it, no problem. No, I'm talking incandescent light bulb. I will do it with an incandescent light bulb.
Man, you don't have the answer, Lulu?
I do not. My mind is like it's
well,
like
we
a
got one
book.
guy
I have a
saying
book
there
and my mind's like flipping the pages for information. Like
it could be a part. Yeah, it could be a hairpin circuit. Yeah, that's a Tesla hairpin circuit. That's interesting. Dielectric electricity. Yeah, for sure.
Well, dielectric electricity isn't that static electricity?
Yeah, well, it can be. Yeah. Technically, it is. RF is a radio frequency that I understand that. That's what Gerard Morin was calling it. It was an RF type frequency, and also those drone motors, the drum motor. The second you turn those motors on, they go did. They make a sound, and that digital sound is not coming from a speaker; it's coming from the motor. So that kind of proves that the signal that's used to run those drone motors, a three-phase drone motor, is actually an RF frequency. So kind of interesting. I have a really nice drone motor in my cubby there. It's like a $200 motor. It's quite large. It's about 3.5 inches in diameter. It's really nice.
Did I tell you? Did I tell you, guys? I'm part of the DARPA drone lift challenge. With,
yeah.
Dr. Ricken.
Yeah, you were saying something about that last week.
Yeah. So I'm computing the mathematics to make I'm like the brain of the drone. I need to program. So I'm not done yet, but and there's no room for second place. We need to win their first place at all costs. Nothing less.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scoot out for a quick minute. I'll be right back. Be good.
Yeah.
We're the good ones. Like everybody else is the one that like derails like every conversation.
Yeah.
No, but I'm really happy for Mike that he's getting good, stats on his channel. Like this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to Nathan? He's not here tonight.
I don't know. But this is what I've noticed. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. No.
I guess Bernie really drained Nathan. Now Nathan is went to bed early. I guess I don't know.
I don't think he's there. He's like Nathan is probably in his house, and Bernie was in California, right? Or on the beach somewhere. I don't know. Like maybe.
Yeah. So.
Are you excited about going to San Diego?
yeah, I can't wait. It's like I just I need to apply for a business visa first. Um, it should go well. I'm gonna try to go to a conference. It's in San Jose in March, NVDA conference. So I need to go there to do business. Only I'm not supposed to take vacations that much.
Mhm.
Regardless, if I yes, I will be living on the beach, but I cannot take vacations. It's ironic.
Ironic. Yeah. But at least you could go in the evening, walk around the beach, maybe. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, like run on the beach like Rocky used to do, in his movies,
yeah.
and lose some weight. Did have you heard Trump is gonna deny visas of overweight people?
Kidding me.
Yeah,
Really? Oh my God.
yeah,
Oh my God, man. Like, I don't like what's happening up in I think in Minneapolis, right? I think it was Minneapolis. Like, dude, they're killing people. Like, left and right. It's just it's so wrong.
uh,
It's so wrong. Like, I don't know like where our constitution is going with this, but now like in a bunch of new things in Congress, uh they don't they're against it. A lot of new laws are coming up on they can't wear the face masks. They can't, they have to have body cameras. Can't because I think there was like a couple of people that died just a few days ago. I think one of them's name is Alex, and I saw it on CNN, and it's sad. He didn't do anything. He just, and like they just killed a person just like that, like as if nothing, no emotions they had, and you see them like just scatter, like, oh, it's nobody's fault, and that's it. You can't identify who's who because they're all wearing, face mask, and it's a ton of them, and then, like for them, like human life is so, not important, and I don't know what these people are. Are they like just feels like people with extreme PSDT that don't have they don't see these as humans. They see them as uh like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but because it's you can't find words to describe such a, horrendous when somebody dies. There's never enough
yeah.
words to say. Yeah.
But for me, me and Degen, Degen in APEC, the guy
Mm-hmm.
from UK. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we agree that the bureaucrats, they just want us to be in debt, and the scientists, we're trying to do. We're the opposite of bureaucrats because we're scientists. We're trying to get scientific merit. Scientific merit will jumpstart the GDP, create jobs, and so on. So it's the opposite of being in debt.
Yeah, but
So
they lose
it's
control. They'll lose control if you know
yeah,
more
yeah,
than
I
they
know
do.
exactly. They lose control and they were not in debt. We're rich, and so it's all a battle of bureaucrats versus scientific merit. That you can divide the world into. It's all about bureaucrats versus scientific merit. That's why bureaucrats they don't want us to. They don't want to fund deep tech and groundbreaking stuff we're doing because they're not going to be able to control us, and we're not going to pay interest on our credit cards and so on. You know,
Yeah.
give away free money. So it's very simple.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's like that. And I'm not going to talk about. I have my other perspective on the Republican versus Democrat or the conservative versus liberal,
Mhm.
but I'm not going to get into that. But it's very simple for for the left and right side as well. In my head, I'll PM you that at some point. I'll let you know that in private.
There's
But
a
it's
lot
very
of things
simple.
I can't say because the second I start to talk about, computer science and that deep tech, what it could do, and the knowledge that uh, I don't sound like Bernie, but yeah, all of a sudden my systems will start to fail because if I say things that, okay, like for example, hopefully I don't get in trouble for this. Okay, hope you can create your own routing number for create your own bank, for example, because banking systems, what are they? They're just
Yeah.
hash points into deep tech, into something that doesn't exist, that you're creating a portal to it. That's
Well,
Yeah.
we all know money is completely fiat.
it's just numbers. It's fake. It's
No,
housed in
fiat.
yeah. I mean, if I go back into my notes, I swear to God, I could rewrite this code. I mean, I wrote it once, but I could rewrite it
So
again.
what we have to do is we got to come up with our own blockchain, write our own Bitcoin, and then yeah, there you
Yeah,
go. You can be your own decentralized bank system.
yeah, but you gotta have a frequency that everybody transmits through in order for you to be able to, you
Well,
know,
through the internet.
be a node
They
on the
can't. They can still track you with the hash,
Mm,
the hash ID you're using assigned to you. They can
mm,
still track you using that. So you need to change the hash dynamically all the time.
Right,
mm.
right. That would make it
But
a lot more complicated, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a set amount of layers that you could hash, and then once you get to that, like you be like like it uh you hash the block, and then that's it, and then like maybe I don't know, like there's so many different understandings of how the crypto world works,
Mm.
but but I know it has like a certain number that it could reach, and then it can't reach more than that, and and its hashing point. So if you create an algorithm where you could divide that hash into two, yeah, then it could become much harder. Yeah, probably.
I think things are
Yeah.
going to kind of go backwards as far as this whole trade thing is, because right now, the rest of the world is kind of collaborating against the U.S. to basically uh, take away the U.S. dollar as the world trading currency, and if that happens, then the U.S. is kind of finished financially because all the power brokers are all at Wall Street, all the big players that you know trade with U.S. dollars. And the other big problem too is China's starting to dump all their U.S. Treasury. That's huge. That's a real big red light for the Americans.
Well, I asked the Security Exchange on one of their forums, when they said that they're gonna do tariffs on all products, that imported products, and I said, well, what about what about the secure bonds that other countries
There
buy
is no
from us?
security anymore. There is no
Exactly.
security
I'm like,
anymore.
so if you're putting tariffs on products and goods, then why aren't you putting tariffs on that?
See, and
You know?
that's why our prime minister is trying to do trade with anybody but the U.S. Because right now, after his speech that he did at in Davos for the World Economic Forum last week, I wish everybody out there that's watching the show to watch Mark Carney's speech at the WEF. And basically, what he's saying is the system that we've been going under for the last 80 years in the world is basically rupturing. It's falling apart. So what's going to bring in the new system, and this is what everybody's been talking about, this reset. Well, the reset's going to be the US dollar is going to lose its power as the world trading monetary currency. So is it going to be BRICS? Is it going to be, more of the East controlling the show, or is it going to go to this digital currency that everybody's been talking about too? Now I know in Canada we've been a test bed for this electronic currency system, and it's called the debit card. and we pretty much invented the tap. So it's got a little chip inside the card.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go up to the terminal and they say, okay, you can pay, all you do is tap your card. Okay. We've been doing this for over 10 years, actually pushing 20 years, where you don't have to worry about change. You don't have to worry about bills in your pocket. You take your debit card with your checking account and just tap the terminal. Boom, you paid your debt.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been conditioned as Canadians for the last 20 plus years of using the debit system. And perfect example, I'm glad I came up with this. When I went to California back, I think it was 2018, I went to California. I tried to pay with my tap, and the guy looked at me that was at the checkout. He looked at me like I had 9 heads. He goes, Tap, tap, what's that? What's that? I go, oh, yeah, I forgot I'm in the US. I
Yeah,
had to
but
swipe the
like, don't they have like the IDs in some businesses? You just like put it and it
Oh,
scans, it opens the door.
yeah.
So
Like,
the whole
yeah.
tapping
So,
features already existed before, like
yeah,
the credit card
like,
thing.
in my apartments complex, we have a key fob. All we
Yeah.
do is just tap the thing on the door. Boom, the door unlocks.
Yeah. So it existed. It's been
A
in
long time ago,
existence. Yeah.
over 20 years.
Yeah.
Over 20 years. So we've been doing that with our credit system here in Canada. We've been like a test bed for the system.
Mm.
Not sure if they're using it in Australia. I know they use it in Europe, but the US, they're just starting to use it now. It's kind of a new thing there.
No, the tap system has been at least for 5 years. At least
5 years? Yeah,
yeah.
it's nothing. We've been using it for over 20 years.
I mean, at least I'm trying to remember when did I start doing, like
Well,
maybe
funny
five,
too.
5, 6.
Well, yeah, like 7 years ago when I was in California, they
Mm.
looked at me like I was a friggin' Martian. What's tap? What's that? We don't have that here. So I had to swipe my card.
It's like you look on your card, it has like that little Wi-Fi, the little
Yeah,
rainbow.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like I don't throw the old cards because they're cool pieces of plastic. You could use them for, anything. But if you look at the card, if it doesn't have that, it doesn't have the tap feature. But if it does,
that's right.
then yeah.
That's right. Even my credit cards have the tap feature. Now,
Mhm.
there's a cap on how much you're allowed to tap at one given point. So, like, my card's set to like $250. Anything over $250, I have to put my PIN number in. So I have to insert it into the machine and then put in my pass number, and then I could do the transaction. But for small purchases, gas, whatever, small stuff, even groceries too, I just tap.
Do your systems require you to put like a zip code or,
No,
no?
not with the tap.
Okay.
Not with the tap. Now, if it exceeds $250, yeah, it requires me to insert the chip and then put in my pass number.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the way it's been here for 20 years plus.
You guys may be more advanced than us.
When it comes
No, but
to
it's true. It's true that we're same thing with the Interact transfer. The e-transfer by email. It doesn't exist in US.
Yeah, we have it here. We do. I do it all the time with my wife.
What's e-transfer?
You go into your bank account and you can send money through your bank account, and then she'll get a notification in her email that money has been deposited into her account.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like Zelle, right? Like what we have here, isn't?
Well, yeah, we've had e-transfer for quite a few years now. Almost, over 10 years we've had it here. So
It's kind of federal. It's not like a private company handling it, so you don't pay fees.
yeah, it's not going through a third party. This is direct bank to bank. Yeah. So
I'm trying to think. Like I like send my daughter through something called Zelle. But the
that's
like
third
I have
party.
one bank, she's got a different bank, and
It's a
it
third
works.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, even our e-transfer, I can go from CIBC to TD and vice versa, Royal Bank of Canada, whatever, it doesn't matter. Or from the same bank to the same bank, it gets cleared right away. So yeah, it's just dealing with your money at an easier way to do it. But the whole irony is they are able to track everything now, and that's what they want. They want to track every single transaction and taking
Yeah.
away the paper money. If whatever country it goes to the social credit score system, if you've been a bad little boy, they might not allow you to pay for your groceries or gas up your car,
Mm.
or you know they can start pulling the plug on you. So that's the scary part with this, is controlling the monetary system, full control.
Yeah,
They already do.
at least in China they tell you it works this way, but they tell you here it's the same thing, but they don't tell you. You know.
Yeah, like the trucker rally in Ottawa, shut
Yeah. Did
everybody's bank accounts down, and
did
you
did you
know,
know that the Supreme Court of Canada
yeah, I heard about that.
they found Trudeau doing
Illegally did it.
the insurrection illegal.
Hmm. Hmm. Now, why isn't he being put on trial, and why isn't his stupid ass in jail?
Yeah, I know. He's immune or something like that. He's walking around with Kate Perry in Davos and
Yeah,
bragging.
yeah, because he's part of the WEF. That's why he'll never go to
Yeah,
jail.
yeah.
Excuse me, I'll be back.
Yep. That's why they'll never go to jail, because they're all part of the WEF. They're all part of this centralized control system. Yeah. So
That's why he's always smiling. That's why Trudeau
yeah,
always have a
a
smirky
smirk.
smile. You know.
Yeah, he has that smirk on his face because he's yeah. I could say some nasty stuff about him, but I'll be a good boy tonight. But Trudeau Castro, maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that one. I saw that one on Facebook. That was funny.
I think he is. I really think his dad was not Pierre Elliott Trudeau, because if you look at Pierre Elliott Trudeau and you put Justin Trudeau side by side, they look nothing alike. But if you take Fidel Castro's picture and you put it beside Trudeau, if you look at an early picture of Fidel Castro when he didn't have his beard, he looks exactly like Trudeau.
Oh yeah, did you know Christophe Freeland is an insider from Ukraine?
Sure, I believe it.
Yeah,
All these crazy, all these crazy conspiracies that everybody laughed at 20 years ago, they're not crazy anymore, because they're
I
all.
know.
That's the
They all true.
scary part, is they're all true.
They try to intimidate you by calling you a conspiracy theorist and all that stuff, but for me it doesn't matter. I fuel on negative energy, so it does the opposite effect for me. You know,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
motivates me to go on.
yeah. So, I guess we'll get back on the tech note here. I've been doing some work on the battery cells. I kind of had a hard week at work, so I haven't done as much as I wanted. There's actually another design of a battery I want to try. They're going to be like super thin. So it's going to have a graphene layer, and it's going to have my solid state in the middle. And then I'll make another anode. This could be very thin. The good part about this cell is I can actually seal it up in a bag. So I'll actually be sealed up. So I might try that idea in the coming weeks. Um, but I can't
Oh,
wait.
by the way, next week I'm not gonna be on the show. I'll be at the airport on Friday next week.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're
I have to sleep at the airport, man, or something like that.
you're defecting us.
Yeah. Well, I'll try to join on the cell
Yeah.
phone, or I'll find a way to connect my cell.
Well, they usually
Uh,
have Wi-Fi at the airport.
yeah, but I want to be able to have enough energy because it's gonna drain my cell phone very quickly. You know.
We'll
Yeah.
just
Do they
get a
have an
port.
iPhone app for
Get a,
StreamYard?
get a portable charger, or
Yeah.
have Mike, invent one You know,
Yeah,
that
Oh,
you're
Mike.
they have.
just one of those things
No,
that
like
just,
like at Pearson Airport, they have USB hubs everywhere in there. I was surprised. I'm like, what? They got
Mike, you
USB
really need to
chargers.
launch your battery, your infinite battery as a cell phone charger, man. Like we've got 8 billion people on this planet. If like a fraction of that would, like, yeah, it would make a difference, a
Well, they
huge
have them on
difference.
Amazon right now. The miniature battery packs. You can
Not
charge.
the ones that you charge. No, the infinite battery, the one that
Oh,
you don't have to charge. You
yeah.
just did it,
No, I'm just talking for like right now because I don't actually have one done that I can do yet. But
Okay, I have something cool. You know those? Okay, you see this thing? It's like a hand warmer, but there's like something
yes,
in it.
yeah,
Like I opened one, and it's like this
it's
grainy. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on.
yeah, it's a carbon. It's an activated
Carbon.
carbon. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
yeah, it's
this green. Okay, well, I think this would have a cool use in batteries if it can,
that's what they use. That's activated carbon.
yeah. So I think this would work. Like it could possibly work, to
Yeah,
hold
well, that's
energy.
what they make the batteries with. They basically squish it all down into a very fine powder, and then they make it into a paste or a paint, or
So I shouldn't throw these things away. I should keep them.
yeah, keep them.
Okay,
If
cool.
interesting stuff, you can experiment with that.
So I've been, yeah, because it's so cold. I went and got those. Like you.
What did they? There was a name for them years ago. They came out a long time ago. Hot shots. That's what they called them.
Oh yeah, hot shots. That's right.
Yeah,
I remember
yes,
that. Yeah.
This
yeah,
one's called Thaw, THAW. So
yeah. The original was called hot shots. Yeah, you stick them in your gloves and they keep your hands warm and everything.
I love it. My kids love them because in the morning it's so cold while they wait for the bus.
Yeah,
Like they could just put them in their
yeah.
hands.
It's like 50 degrees and it's cold.
No, though, really, like the other day it was like in the like maybe 29 degrees. It was really cold, like really cold. Like I had like popsicles all like on like the sides of the house on the roof. Yeah, and my kids were like breaking these things off. They're like, "Oh, look, mom, like we've got ice on the."
In Toronto, they showed it was like a day after the storm. It's like minus 20 degrees. It's like 8 or 9 Fahrenheit out. There's
Mm.
guys walking outside in shorts.
I, I've seen a few people here in the streets like that. Just like, man, these people are nuts. But yeah, whatever. Oh.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I
I
did
see
not.
that
Go ahead.
I see that all the time. It would be like a snowstorm out, and some idiot's out there with a winter jacket, and he's walking with shorts. I'm like, you idiot.
There's always that one guy that does that in
oh,
Canada.
oh, it's just like, what the heck?
Very cool.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, it's bad for your joints, man. You want to get arthritis? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
But
like
it's the same thing. The same thing with women in Montreal. It's like minus 30 and they walk around with their little skirt and
yeah.
it's like, geez, they don't freeze or something. I never understand that. They want to look cool to the point of being half naked in the
Yeah,
freezing time.
sweatsuit. Yeah.
I saw something cool. These tights that look like skin, but they're not skin. There's fleece in them. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like
My
really
wife's
weird. Yeah, I've never seen those before, but I think like, they might be wearing these, Phil, and you don't know. You might for the
Oh,
outside viewer, you'd see, oh my God, like she's not freezing, but really there's like a whole layer of fleece there that
uh,
like you don't even
yeah, that
know
makes
that they
sense.
may I mean, at least this is what I've seen, the new things that have
Yeah, like
been
here
out.
here where I live, girls wearing those leggings is like so popular, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't. I am a person that gets really cold very fast. So,
Yeah,
like
you wouldn't like Toronto.
I've been to
Well,
Montreal
it's not.
once.
Well, it's hot in the summer. We get really hot summers here, but we get everything. We get rain. We get hot. We get cold. We
You got
get
the
it
four
all here.
seasons.
We get real 4 seasons here.
Yeah.
So it's such a contrast from each season, right?
Here we have like 2.5. I think it's like summer, 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 winter and a bit of fall, but the spring thing just somehow like gets diluted in between all three. Like I never I never feel like, oh, it's spring. It goes
It's
from
kind of
cold to
like that here.
automatically hot.
Yeah, we've had snow in May,
Mm,
which is usually unheard of here. Usually
that's late.
by end of March, first part of April, the snow pretty well starts disappearing. But to have like snowfall in May is like,
That's late. That's really late.
yeah, that's late.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't, our summer, it's weird. It's like flipping a switch here. It'll be like mid to late June, and then
Mm-hmm.
boom, somebody flips the switch on and it's heat wave.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
really
Like
weird.
here, the temperatures, I mean, I've record, I think it was like 110, 111. Like,
Yeah, that's hot.
that's
See,
really
it
hot.
got
That's like
to
really, really hot.
like last year here, we had a pretty hot summer. We were hitting around 95.
Mm. And that's hot for
Close
you
to
guys. Yeah.
95 to 100. Yeah, that's pretty hot here.
Yeah.
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 But it's a different kind of hot. We get humidity. So
Yeah.
it actually feels 5 to 8 degrees hotter than what it actually is because of the humidity level. Because we're right beside Lake Ontario. So we get all that moisture coming from the lake, right?
Mm.
So it can get pretty stifling here.
How close are you to the lake?
Me, I am about 35 minutes from the lake.
Okay, so it's not like right right
No,
there. Yeah, okay. So
but it affects a great part of the region, right?
yeah.
It'll affect it, about 100 kilometers in every direction,
Mm. How like for example here the houses in Galveston, like they deteriorate much faster because of the ocean air
Oh,
that
yes.
comes.
Because we don't have salt water near us. It's all fresh water, right?
Okay,
Where
so
you,
all right.
where you live, you're right on the coast almost, and you
Mm.
got all the Gulf Stream coming up, and that's all salt,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll deteriorate things faster. I've never heard of that, but I can see that happening.
Oh yeah, like the walls like will bubble, like you'll have those
Yeah,
moisture pockets. Yeah, like a
yeah.
lot of the houses you'd have to
Humidity. See, we
repaint
don't
them
really have that
so
problem
often.
here because most of our houses here, like they're real solid brick,
Mm-hmm.
like they're built for the elements. So you might get like condensation around the windows if your windows aren't very good.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a newer house, the condensation's very little. Like actually, yeah. Speaking of which, this morning I get in my car at 6:30 in the morning, and the inside my windshield on the inside is frozen.
Oh
So
wow.
not only did it freeze on the outside, it froze on the inside. So here I am, got the car going, cranking the heat up, got my defoggers on. And it took me 15 minutes to get that window thawed out where I could actually see through it.
Mm.
Oh, it's crazy. It's like, what the heck, man? So I got a rag and I'm trying to scrape off the ice that's accumulated on the inside of my window. Oh my God, what a disaster.
Inside of the window. That's really interesting. Inside of yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, usually it doesn't, but when it gets into minus 20 range, it does happen. So, and we've been like this for the last 2 weeks. We've been in the minus 10, 20 region.
For you guys, you need like when I lived up north, we had the car starters, like
Yeah,
start the
yeah,
car on its
yeah,
own, while
yeah. Like
you get dressed.
my wife has that in her car. Her car is only a year old, but mine's 8 years old. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have that feature in my car, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
it does help to have a car starter so you can start it from in the house, and by the time you get out there, the car's heated up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It should work. Go ahead.
What happened to Gerald is frozen to death right now.
Yeah, I don't know. He's been busy, and I saw him on a chat board. Where was it? I think he was on Ashton Forbes on the chat board there one time, just for a brief minute. I said hi to him, and that was about it. I haven't heard from him. I send him invites all the time, and he just doesn't come on. So I don't know.
Maybe he's taking a mental vacation or something.
No, he works.
Intellectual vacation.
No, he works in the catering industry, so he works a lot of evenings and stuff, and his time
Okay.
frame is just kind of out of whack. I think he has a lot of free time during the day, but he's busy at nights. So,
Okay.
and I know through the holidays, like through Christmas and New Year's, he was probably very busy, doing catering.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because he would have been interested into my thyroid stuff I talked about earlier.
Well, hopefully,
I want to do an experiment now. I want to have my thyroid and start experimenting.
yeah. Yeah, there's so many things to do. I wish I could do more, but I'm kind of stuck now until I can get into my lab outside.
Phil, you were saying you ordered something and it didn't come. What was it again? Like you ordered
the cylindrical neodymium magnet.
Cylindrical. Okay. All right. I've noticed anytime I order like something scientific, it gets lost. Or, like I ordered one of those prisms once, like the crystal prisms where they diffract the light. I ordered it like maybe 3 or 4 times. Never arrived. Never arrived.
Oh
So
yeah.
I don't know. It's like when you were saying they keep scientists or inventors, they don't want them to have the tools or this. I sometimes think it's intentional. I swear to God, I feel like it's intentional. Like things
It
don't
is.
arrive, or they, like they
They
get
want you to
lost.
fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even books,
They want
they're
you to fail.
even some like books that are like really deep, like deep science and materials and things like that. There's like a couple programming books I ordered, they never arrived. And one I like kept on ordering, and they had to send it. I probably paid like, the book was like maybe $80. Probably I ended up paying like 300 something because I kept on reordering it. I was getting charged for it,
Yeah.
and they never refunded it.
Philip, there's read this on the screen. There's a question for you.
Yeah, I was thinking of heating the by buying two neodymium magnet and heating one in the oven so it loses its magnetic strength. And but the difference in weight between the neodymium ball and the iron ball, the steel ball, sorry, is very negligible, and the weight difference, it's more the surface area that's gonna slow down the the solid sphere from falling because of the air. So ideally, I would do it in vacuum, but it's very negligible. I made the calculation, and the difference. I asked AI, and I confirm a lot of times that
The Seebeck
the
effect.
wind friction is very negligible.
About the Seebeck
So,
effect.
what is that?
The Seebeck effect?
Yeah.
I used to know this. I don't know why I can't remember. Let me look it up again.
No, I'm not sleepy. Mike does.
Oh yeah.
I'm in top shape. I trained today, and I have my CPAP machine now. I look sleepy, but I'm not.
Yeah, the Seebeck effect is those little square plates, and they have 2 wires coming out of it, and it's a semiconductor. So when when you apply heat to one side, the other side cools down. Or if you apply cool on one side, the other side heats up.
Oh yeah,
That's a Seebeck effect.
interesting.
Cool.
We always learn every day, huh?
What's that?
We learn every day.
Yeah, yeah, I remembered it. I just trying to remember the device. They call it the Peltier device. That's it, Peltier converter. Yeah, yeah,
I didn't end up going to the Dallas invitation.
yeah. You didn't go.
No, I,
They're
I,
so disappointed.
I don't, maybe, yeah, like, I don't know.
Where's Lulu? We
I don't
have to
know.
get more stuff off her.
I don't know. I got, yeah, I had like
you,
some
you're
family
the
stuff.
you're the nexus of the military. They're you connected with everybody, so they well, yeah, I mean, when we talk to you, all the roads lead to Lulu. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, yeah,
It's funny. It's funny. Like all road leads to Rome. Yeah, all roads. I swear to God. Like, listen, they are so
She's escaped the Matrix.
they're so close minded. They're so close minded that it's like they don't, they don't have that like fresh spirit in them. They think in just one way. They don't think in I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to like work for anybody like that. When their train of thought is all about like money procurement and scalability and this, it's like you take the fun out of it, like they take the joy out of any inventing anything because
yeah,
the
yeah,
way you see
yeah,
how their minds work and how they want to use it, just it's like, ew, no, I don't want to help you, like that kind of, yeah.
yeah.
And I
It's pretty
still,
funny. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny because I sent Lockheed Martin an email, some guy at Lockheed
mm,
Martin, and I asked him if there's any interest for my deep tech,
mm,
the stealth propulsion, force field, and antimatter genesis.
mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, Lockheed Martin is interested. Just go back to the Tech Connect conference. So, like, geez, well, why don't you send me money right now?
Yeah, what is it, like three,
Just
four
send money
thousand
in my bank
dollars just
account.
to, yeah, like $3,000, $4,000 just to attend? Okay,
Yeah,
then what are you getting out
yeah,
of it at the end? Nothing.
I know. They want me to. I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm much better than 2 years ago. I could blast everybody even more this year for the challenge that I won in 2023. By the way, the certificate I have, the Tech Connect finalist certificate, it's not easy to get. It's they told me that's the thing is not easy to get. So and now I'm a lot more mature than I was 2 years ago.
Mm,
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to go, but why do I have to go? Why can't you just
You know what?
give me
I think
money right now and fund my experiment?
Lulu, when you
yeah.
go to these conferences, do you sense that there's a lot of politics involved there?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like men, they all know each other. They all like pat each other on the back as if they're doing great things, and they never give credit to the real inventors. It's like what do you know? You're
Yeah.
just reading a script. But ask them one detailed question, they start to they're very scripted. They're not. They're
Yeah,
They're talking heads.
yeah, and then
Talking.
that's it. They're just like faces for a camera because they're getting like funding from like the Department of Defense to make these conferences. Like the last one I was funded by the Department of Defense for a bunch of people that just like to yap a lot, but they don't know what they're exactly yapping about, and cameras, and they thank each other, and then it's like, okay, but when you ask something like, okay, how do we use this, could we use this for this, or can we do that with this, They don't know. They're like, well, we'll have to get back to you on that. The person that can answer these questions is not here currently, and it's like, okay, great. Like, yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that being like that. It's just
Here, I got like
uh,
from Tech Connect.
it's
I don't
like
know
a
if you could see
show
it.
and tell. Look what I got. No, look
Can
what
you see the
I
Tech
have.
Connect?
No,
This is an invitation from
I
them
Oh
yesterday.
yeah.
yeah,
This
I
is,
can't
yeah,
really see it.
right there. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is from them yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they
You
keep
should
on
send
sending
it.
me.
You should send one to me. See if I can stir some shit.
I would have loved if all of us went as a group. Then I think we would steal the whole attention from all of them. You would, but one
Yeah.
person.
First word out of my mouth would be Einstein was an asshole.
Okay, all right. So this is their new thing. It says seeking solutions across 7 technical needs, 50K AI for grid resilience and security challenge. That's their new, grant thing. Whatever. Yeah. Full prize aligned with DOE, Department of Energy, Genesis mission. Yeah. Yeah. Right here. Could apply if we could, 50K. But is it worth it? Okay, with the focus areas, AI for transportation and traffic management, translation, a spy tool, for the government. Because if they're going to use the little cameras, they take pictures of all the people on the side, like whoever's driving. It's like it's a 360 rotation thing. And so anybody that's there, they integrate this, and then that's just another confirmation point for their like their GPS, triangulation thing. It's like a spy tools. That's all we're breaking every law, every privacy
I,
of any individual. Like I don't see how this benefits anyone.
yeah,
I really
I,
don't.
I would go there just to say, they would question me and go, "So what do you do, Mike?" I go, "Yeah, I do time dilation in my bedroom," and they'd be like, "What the heck?"
They might misunderstand that. They
I
might
opened up
completely
portals in my
misunderstand.
bedroom.
Yeah, it would be fun to all of us to be together over there and just blast Lockheed Martin, and all these companies.
If you guys want, I'm in. I'll do it because that's fun. That's like just showing them. Yeah, you guys got the funds and everything. Yeah, but we got the brains. So good luck with
Yeah,
your.
exactly.
Yeah, good luck with your money. Keep it, but we've got the brains. So you
Yeah.
want you want that information. You gotta
I'll
shut
just
up.
say, yeah, I create batteries that don't run out of power on my kitchen table. What do you do for a living?
Yeah, they'll be like, that's about it. Like also getting these things from them. Free tuition. Come to the University of North Texas did a free tuition for every student, and whoever wants to come, they're not charging them. Anybody could go to North University of North Texas for free. That's their new thing. So I don't know. I keep on getting these things, and I'm like losing faith in the whole. What am I getting out of it at the end of the day? It's not any new information
Yeah.
for me. It's using the scientific things just to benefit themselves on continuous control of the masses. That's it. And I don't, I just don't see any honestly any benefit or any value in what they're doing.
It's pretty weird because um, I am trying to connect with DARPA right now,
Hmm.
and I was in a Q&A session, and I in the chat on Zoom, and there's a Q&A section you can ask question,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody asks question, and me I ask question also, and I didn't get any reply. And my question were not stupid, was intelligent question, and they just did not reply to my question. It's like, am I blacklisted or something? like sometimes I try to talk to them and they they say they don't they ghost me, but why I
I don't I
I
don't
got
think they
the
ghost you because they ghost you. I just think they don't know how to answer you. You know, like when somebody that has a little bit more knowledge than another person, if they ask a question, no matter what they say, it's not going to make sense, to you. Like, there's no
no,
answer.
but I showed them my certificate just to take an X certificate just to prove that I'm not a crank,
Mm,
and I mean I kind of have a minimum of credibility,
mm-hmm.
and they just don't answer, and maybe they'll answer next week. Maybe they're very busy. I don't know, but
Who knows? Maybe
I get
Lulu's,
that
maybe
feeling.
they don't know how to answer you.
That's what I'm saying. They just don't know. They just don't know. You know.
Yeah, that could
No,
be
but
legit.
maybe I get the feeling also that they you know what I was telling you earlier, that bureaucrats are against scientific merit.
Yeah,
See, I get the same feeling that they're bureaucrats, but my stuff is doing the opposite of their agenda. So they don't know what to say. They don't know how to handle it.
Okay. It's like this. If you say, I have this invention that's going to help humanity to propel to the next stage of, human existence and energy usage and blah, blah, blah. Once you say something like that, it turns them off. But if you say, oh, I've
Yeah,
got something that, you can blast the next country that pisses you off, this, that,
yeah,
they're like, oh, yeah, cool, like you've got it. But so they don't
yeah,
sway towards the good. It's just they sway towards using anything towards a bad thing. That's it.
that's
Like
true.
so
It's true.
yeah, you say weapon, everybody gets excited. You say, oh, we're gonna help the planet or do this, everybody like
Yeah,
phases out. So
all they care about is world domination and their bottom line,
I was
yeah,
so
right?
clear with them. I said, we could, my group and I, we could really, change things in the energy world. But if you're gonna use it to harm other, we're not. Nobody's interested. And they kind of like looked at me funny, like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I have one of our scientists, one of our from, our group knows how to create a force field that could, reduce, any incoming nuclear warhead by 40 to 60%. And but yeah, like for that use, okay, because but don't use it, flip it around, and use it as a weapon, as a defense. Okay, cool, but not as an
yeah,
offense. Like that's
yeah,
not cool. So I don't know.
It's kind of sad to think that a lot of the greatest technological discoveries have always started off in the military realm. You know what I mean? Because the government will give them all the money they need to create their giant militaries and national security and all this stuff. But how about like even the colleges and universities? They get huge fundings from the government, but again, it's all leading towards military industrial complex. You know what I mean? The
Hmm.
money always seems to go into that direction. It might not initially start there, but eventually it's going to hit the military industrial complex. That's more or less in the US. I can't speak that for all countries, but
I believe it. I believe it's everywhere the same. At the end of the day, they want to use any great idea as the first, globally as
yeah.
something new, and that in the
Now, the
middle.
other thing too that really bothers me, especially with the American Patent Office, anything that is has to do with weapons or energy or anything of the sort, it has to get screened by the military first.
Hmm.
oh yeah,
They're the gatekeepers of technology. So, all those guys like, Norman and a few other guys I know, they all had their patents taken away and thrown in a box and never to be seen again because the military industrial complex controls the patent office.
I had a friend that invented something in the oil industry, something with the like how the oil rig, the one that pumps the oil out. I don't
Yeah.
know. He invented something, but he didn't patent it. And I was like, "Why don't you patent this?" Then he's like, "Well, the second I patent it, I won't be the only person globally that I'm sought after to, like he goes, then everybody could copy it." But he goes, "When I go offer this to all the oil companies, they have to sign something that they can't duplicate it, because he's a private." But he goes, "If I patent it, then everybody has, and they could just change the color or add one little thing to it, and all of a sudden they have a new patent. But as long as the invention, they like it's not available publicly,
Yeah.
then like so I don't know sometimes if a patent is a good idea anymore on these things."
No, it isn't. I think everybody just should say screw it to the patents. You know,
Okay.
if it's energy devices that you want to get out, make it,
Mm-hmm.
open source.
Mm-hmm.
Open source is gonna kind of change things, get a lot of technology out there than what a patent office would probably gatekeep. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just out solely to make money or whatever, okay, go ahead, spend your money and get your patent. But you know, in some places, it's going to cost you over 100,000 to get a patent all signed, done, and deal. You know, um, but as soon as you get a patent through the patent office, you're given the keys to your invention to the government. So at any given time, they can take control and take your invention away from you.
Well, there's something that's called patent holding companies. They
Yeah,
pay you for it, but they'll shelf it and they have the right to
of
shelf it. And the
course,
government
of
pays these
course,
patent holding companies like
right.
in the billions just to take people's inventions and to hold them and to do absolutely nothing with them. You
Well,
know?
you ever heard of a guy named Tom Valone?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
spoken. Yeah.
Well,
Go
he
ahead.
Oh yeah,
blew for the patent office. He blew the whistle. They fired him.
Hmm.
That's why Tom Valone
yeah.
got into the free energy stuff because he worked for the patent office.
Mm-hmm.
He witnessed, he said, I think it was well over 1,000 energy systems that could have changed things and made things better for us, but they were all blacklisted, every single one of
Because it doesn't benefit their monetary grid.
them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like it doesn't. Like if they can't stick a meter on it, how are they benefiting off of it? Unless,
That's what J.P. Morgan said. If I
Yeah.
can't get if I can't put a meter on it, why would I want it?
Mm-hmm.
Can't make money.
Yeah. Hmm. One day, maybe for the next generation, things will change, but it is what it is right now.
I
Maybe.
personally think society has to actually take a huge fall, almost go back to the Stone Age and start all over again. I think we're in this what do you call the depths of hell of the military industrial complex and matrix world that we live in. I think we're
That's what they
destined for
say.
doom.
If they all they have to do is blow up an electromagnetic bomb, and we're going back to the
Yeah,
Stone Age.
yeah.
Like
EMP.
like an EMP. Yeah, an
Yeah,
EMP.
yeah.
Yeah,
One EMP would wipe everything out. You're back to the Stone
yeah.
Age.
Like Obama's last presidential speech, when he was, there's the last speech when the new president comes in, there's one on camera giving his last words of wisdom. He advised like all of the United States public, that there is funding and that they should equip and protect their stuff like buildings and
Yeah,
this from an EMP.
yeah.
And
Probably.
I don't think anybody was aware what, like the mass population. I knew you guys knew what an EMP was, but I think the mass population doesn't understand the magnitude of what that is, you
Oh
know?
God, it's horrifying when you think about it. You have a very powerful EMP or even a solar flare
Mm-hmm.
hit the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when it hits the Earth, okay, how many nuclear power plants are in the United States right
I don't know, a lot.
now? Okay, so say there's 20. So now you got 20 Fukushimas all at the same time. You lose power, you lose the ability to cool the reactor down. You get every 20 nuclear meltdowns simultaneously.
Wow.
That's scary all in its own right there.
Yeah.
That's more or less like dropping 20 nukes in your backyard.
I thought it was more than 20 nuclear power
No,
plants.
I'm just I don't know how many you have in the United States, but I'm just saying if you
Okay.
had 20 and the EMP hits, you got 20 Fukushimas happening at the same time.
That will
So
that will destroy the
kill
entire
everybody.
United. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It would kill everybody.
yeah.
All the nuclear, all the fallout, all the radiation released from those. Say you had 150 nuclear power plants. That would infect the entire planet with radiation.
Like the Fukushima one, it's like the whole area, the water is like
The water was polluted
yeah,
from the shores of Japan all the way to Vancouver.
yeah,
How many thousand kilometers is that from Japan to the shores of Vancouver, Washington,
a lot.
Los Angeles? Yeah, thousands of kilometers of ocean contaminated.
So imagine if that, like all the surrounding waters to the United States,
Yeah, that
Atlantic and
gets
Pacific. Yeah. Oh wow.
and that gets you know you got the rain, you got all the convection of all the water getting into the air, and then all that radiation in the air, it's airborne. It'll go everywhere.
Yeah.
It's scary to think if something like that were to happen. And if it's a solar flare, nobody can stop it. We have a Carrington event.
Well, like what wasn't the last solar flare? It dropped like almost maybe 90 satellites out of the sky.
Yeah, it
Just
destroyed
very
90
recently.
satellites. There was one we had a near miss in 2012, but northern Quebec got hit with it. It wiped
Mm-hmm.
out the whole power grid for about a month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It took a month to recover.
Here,
Thank God there was.
all like here in Houston, a lot of the, like for example, Verizon, the phone company Verizon,
Yeah,
it stopped working. Their satellite
yeah,
transmission got burned out
yeah.
for like 14 hours. Like not even 2 weeks ago, maybe less than 2 weeks ago.
They had to
Uh,
redirect all the satellites because the other
mhm.
ones got wiped out. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like even like big server systems for like hospitals or the clinics, the software that they
yeah,
use,
yeah,
like hospital like here in Houston, like literally for 2 days, nobody could access
yeah.
any charts. Nobody. It was because of the
It's
the
a
coronal CMBs. Yeah,
yeah. It's you
CMBs.
gotta. It's a cascading effect, right? It
Mm-hmm.
affects one system, then another system shuts down, and it goes boom, 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 all the way down the chain,
Yeah.
right? Whether it's communications or energy or whatever, there's going to be a massive cascading effect.
Yeah.
Like we had that power
Elon,
outage. Sorry, go ahead, Phil.
Elon Musk, Elon Musk and his Starlink
Mm-hmm.
system must have problems too.
Yeah, yeah, they can get wiped out. Sure, they're not
Oh,
immune to
did you
it.
see, like, did you hear what happened in Iran when the United States was, bombing Iran? Like, not even like last week, or maybe a little bit more. Elon Musk gave Iran free internet. Like, he redirected his
Yeah,
Starlink
Yeah,
satellites,
because
and,
yeah, because because of the
no, but
riots down there.
no, but that's because they blocked the internet over there.
Mm-hmm. There was
So
no
Elon
media.
Musk did the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He gave he gave the whole country, like there was a media blackout
yeah,
completely. No
Yeah,
yeah.
internet, no
They shut
nothing.
down. Yeah,
So I thought that was funny. It's like, okay, all global leaders could do whatever they want, but you've got one person that like,
yeah.
So
It
that
could
was
happen
yeah.
in any country.
yeah,
Could happen in any country. They can just pull the plug on everybody, right?
yeah.
But
Yeah, hopefully
you
Elon
know,
Musk's Starlink stays up. That way, like nobody
well,
Yeah.
will.
you know what? See, our lives now are so interconnected with the internet now. To
Hmm.
shut down the internet is to shut down the world.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But the internet was made to survive nuclear bomb, nuclear
Well,
wars.
it was originally designed as a military application. That was Windows
Yeah,
NT that started back in 1970. That's
yeah,
when they were doing the first FTP, file transfer
yeah.
protocols.
Well, that's when they defined the TCP/IP
Right,
protocol.
right, right. So this actually started before I was born. I was born in 73. They were already doing this in 1970. Now, from
Yeah,
say 1970 to 1995, there was no internet. The internet started in 95.
yeah,
So, how many years is that? So, it's amazing how long it took for them to actually release this to the world.
yeah,
95. I like okay. From in my memory, I remember when AOL came out. That was the
Right.
internet.
American Online. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the first
that
dial.
that was the internet. Like all
Yeah.
of a
but
sudden, yeah. Go ahead,
they
Phil.
they, 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 they didn't have the HTTP protocol before 1995, so that's why they didn't have any browser and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. But the first I started working with my first dial up 33.6, and then they came out shortly after with the 56K,
Mm.
and I was like, yeah, this is like super speed, man.
Yeah.
On my 286 friggin' Intel system.
I remember, I remember you going, it would go like that, and we
I had
wait
a,
for the
Mm.
little man to,
I had a
you know,
massive, yeah, I had a
such a
massive
long time,
128 meg of RAM.
such a long time ago, man. Like it,
Um,
like I used a typewriter, when I was a kid, or in
yeah, so
grade
did I.
school. Yeah.
So did I.
Like I tell my kids, they're like, a typewriter? Like I'm like, yeah, we didn't have this, like we didn't have what
Yeah.
you guys have.
See,
Yeah.
computers started hitting school for me around grade 6, grade 7. That's when I started seeing the first computers. We
Those big
had
Apple ones, the huge Apple.
no, yeah, the Apple ones, and
Mm-hmm.
also the Commodore PET. It was a big
Mm-hmm.
giant thing. It weighed like 100 pounds. It was
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Oh.
Commodore PET and the Commodore VIC 20 was out around that time. So yeah, it was about grade 6, grade 7 when I first started my first kind of exposure to a computer, right?
Yeah. For us,
And
for the
we
school.
all learned basic back then.
Yeah,
Basic programming language.
yeah, that's right. C++
First thing we learned.
and yeah, yeah. What was it? MS DOS. I was working with MS DOS.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Remember MS
I don't
DOS?
understand why they got rid of basic, because it's the
Visual Basic.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah, or basic in general, because it's the first. It's so easy to learn, and it gives you an introduction to how program a computer. It's not like it's not an industrial
my
language at
favorite.
all, but
Yeah, yeah, my favorite all-time operating system because of its simplicity, and I was able to get into the networking stuff really easy and understand all the protocols and all the certificates and all that kind of stuff, and setting up your HTTP address and all your backend stuff, right?
Mhm.
Was Windows 98. I love Windows 98, even Windows 2000, Windows 2000 Professional. I knew that sucker inside and out, inside and
I was already on Linux in 1995,
out. I pushed
1999,
Linux too. Yeah, I touched.
1998. Actually, I was already on Linux. I was downloading Red Hat packages over the modem one by one. It was
Yeah,
so
I did
slow.
too. Yeah, yeah, Red Hat. Yeah, I did a few of those. I was doing voice over IP protocol back then. I was using program that actually was designed in Australia, of all places. It was called Trixbox.
In 98, there was voice over IP?
Yeah, it was about, I was building Trixbox systems about 2004. 2004. Yeah,
Okay.
2005.
Okay, maybe. Yeah, but
Yeah,
like I
because
don't
I
think it was
set up a
before.
system. See, back then I had a high speed DSL line in my
Mm-hmm.
house, but it had a static IP. My IP was always the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I built a Trixbox server, gave the SIP address to my wife. Back then, she was my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I sent that to her, and we were able to talk one on one in a private chat as long as we wanted.
Is it similar to something called the
But like,
T1
listen,
line?
T1 came after that.
Came after that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, T1, T2, and T3.
Okay.
So I had the high speed DSL line. Um, yeah, so T1 came after that, and then T2 and a T3. That was kind of like your kind of entry level fiber,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
your T3.
I
Uh,
remember the T1 like very well because I had to connect two locations to use one system. You know, like
right.
the server, but you can put two servers. It doesn't work like that. But I had to connect them on one network, like not integrate into anything else. So I had to
Right.
use something called a T1 line. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, what I liked about the high speed DSL back then, I was able to get a static IP. That was the key. Then I
Mm-hmm.
could run my own
Yeah.
web server, Visual Basic Studio. I could do radio, like podcasting back then. So around 2004 is when I first started doing podcasting. A lot of people don't know this. I was doing radio shows way back in 2004. So how
Oh
many
yeah.
years was that?
So
So
you got experience.
yeah, I had the Windows Media Server. So back then I used Windows Media Server. I had a friend of mine that actually ran the backbone of Windows Media Server for me. So I was able to have more horsepower. So he had a
Yeah,
fiber
but
line. So
if you have a static IP and you're using Windows, it's pretty dangerous because Windows is not secure. Was not secure at all, even these
yeah,
days.
yeah. Well, yeah, we're talking back almost 20 years ago here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Uh,
so, back then, it was, yeah, there was hacking going on, but, you know, I never had any major issues with hacking, except when I did my conspiracy shows. I had interesting people trying to log into my server through the back end, trying to get in through port 80. I had to shut it down.
yeah. I remember Windows. Sometimes I was using Windows and I said every time I download these Windows updates, over a
Yeah,
year my Windows machine would become slow.
yeah, yeah,
So I said, well, I'm not gonna download anything. I'm not gonna install anything. I'm barely gonna connect to the internet to browse the internet. So I shouldn't have any problems.
yeah.
So I did not download anything, and I got viruses on my computer. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't download anything, and still get viruses.
But honestly, where I think a lot of the viruses were coming in is if you were on a hub set up through your IP internet access provider,
Hmm.
and all the viruses were going through the central server, and then it would go to a hub, and from there all the customers connect to that hub. I
Hmm.
think they were coming in through the back end, going through the main server and getting into the hub. So anybody who connected to that hub got exposed. That's how
Hmm.
I think they were getting in. That's way
Yeah,
back there. The
I'm
back end.
my 100%. I'm always hacked, and but I think they could probably even see because the odd things that happen. Like for example, every day I get a text message from them. somebody's trying to hack into my Venmo. Although I don't use Venmo, I have an account, but I've like it's
Yeah.
dormant. I never used it. But every day I get a text message, somebody trying to reset the Venmo password. How does that happen?
See,
I don't know.
you know what you need to set up as a virtual private network VPN.
Right, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that might be your only.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the problem is they have the two authentication. Like it's not just I'm getting a text message, I'm getting an email telling me that also somebody's trying to reset. So whoever's doing it has like two factors, the text message to the carrier signal and then the email. It's
Yeah.
like somebody's really adamant, but too bad for them. I don't have anything in
I
there.
just find some carriers that are way more susceptible to viruses. Like, say, like here in Canada, we got Bell. So
Mhm.
if you get Bell internet, chances are you're going to get viruses all the time. It's like Bell's like a huge target for viruses.
Isn't that one of the old ones? Bell?
Yes, the original.
Very,
One of
yeah,
the
like
original.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think. Wow, it's still alive. That's cool.
So I go to like our internet's by a third party that runs off, I believe, Rogers line, if I'm not mistaken, off the Rogers network, and we never have any problems. Nothing, no viruses. Very, very seldomly ever have any problems. Yeah. So
but Lulu, check. You can use. I'll post it in the public chat. Shit, I cannot post links, but in the private chat then. Can you
in the
post it?
private
Post
chat,
that in the public chat. There's
yeah,
VPN, veepn.com. It's a free VPN you can
Okay.
use.
all right,
You
I'll
can
find
just it's like an extension you install on your
post it.
Google Chrome browser or Brave, or me I use Vivaldi
Okay, here it
browser.
is.
It's more secure.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
posted
good.
it for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
So
I watched it. I watched the comments on my phone because I can't watch at the same time, so I
yeah.
use the phone to see who. Yeah.
So, well, we're gonna square up for the night here. I'm really tired. I've been up since I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, and then I got up again at like 6. So I'm like, my eyes are like half shut already. I think we covered quite a bit. It was a good show. We had a good chat. Um, uh, our live chat did really well tonight. Thanks everybody in the live chat. Don't forget to subscribe to Faraday Research YouTube channel. I also have my Patreon, and also I've got Super. So if you enjoy our show while we're watching, you can also provide a tip for the show. We go live to air again next Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. And if you need to contact me, there are my emails on my YouTube channel. So any questions, comments, whatever, you can do so there. And we'll see everybody next week.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers.
Have a great day.